as we'll see Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams versus Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without...
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won.
Stafford on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stuff behind the line on the first 2 plays.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. On the ground, it's Akers. And he will be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Fielded just inside the 30. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. Well, that's complete to Swain. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Freddie Swain. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd
Now
down.
Wilson. They almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw we'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run here with Akers. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun again to Henderson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 40-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and
They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
he was taken down.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
It's up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Here's Akers. Akers, he coughs it up. And the Seahawks have picked it up. They have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
The first look here for DJ Dallas. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
The tackle made at the 45.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 13 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Now we'll run with Dallas. Oh, refusing to go down. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
He was down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw is Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
Wilson.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
It's a gain of
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
On 2nd down, a run with Dallas. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. We're scoreless after 1.
with no score.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to his running back, Dallas.
Wilson's pass.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Steven Gostkowski on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Rams nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved. Look at this, big game. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, that's where they'll take over.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll run on first down with Dallas. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the 40 now on second down. Wilson toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Third down and 7 yards.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
To Will Disley.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
First down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Out of the gun, handoff to Dallas. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
On the ground, it's Dallas. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
From the gun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Rams, nothing.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should...
Bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. And this is incomplete. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
brings up third down and 10.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, it's Henderson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
The ball carrier.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run this with Akers. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard
Now a run with Akers. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Reed on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. On the Seahawks.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And this will return to always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That penalty against DJ Fluker, the behemoth out of Alabama. From the shotgun, this will be Dallas. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson, short throw to Disley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one to Swain, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll find Metcalf. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now left side on the swing pass.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up forward.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
At their own
And time now for the Seahawks defense to take their spots again on the field. And they have been popping the ball free here seemingly at every turn. I mean, let's watch all these fumbles they've created.
That's really good coaching, and it's excellent execution because everyone talks now about tackling, and that second guy in, what do they want to do, partner?
Scrape it loose.
Scrape it loose, pop it free, and everyone's doing a really good job of that, and we're seeing it in evidence here today.
He'll get this underneath to Henderson. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Left side, it's Beckham. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40.
No, it's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin with a good one in the NFC. Atlanta heading west to take on San Francisco. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Todd Gurley has a touchdown run. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. The Lions just cannot buy a break as they remain winless at 0-10 on the year. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll kick off the drive with Dallas. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 31, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Seahawks.
They'll run here with Dallas. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up
Once again, it's Dallas. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
no gain on the play.
And operating from the gun, Wilson steps away to his left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
25 yards.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Dallas. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. Second down and 8.
Leonard Floyd brought him down. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll run with Dallas. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Another run. Again, it's Dallas. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
First down, Seattle.
Now Wilson on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
Wilson's pass.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On the handoff, it's Dallas. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And he's got it.
At the 6-yard line.
5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
At the goal line.
Now Wilson. Pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Starla Toure drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Gostkowski's kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game.
Rams, nothing.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said does. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
At the 28-yard line.
7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll run on first down. Henderson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. They'll get this one to Cup complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Akers. And he loses the football a second time. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Seahawks have recovered.
fumble on the play. Recovered by Seattle.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that would be considered a fumble.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Akers. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Zone, it's incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up, and I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong, usually for one person to handle.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
Again, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A Seahawk first down as Wilson finds Lockett.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson. That'll bring up second down.
He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
To throw again, Wilson. Well, that's complete to Swain. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. For number 18.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing again here, Wilson. Lockett with a grab over the middle. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up second and
Wilson will throw again.
31.
Short throw to Disley.
Wilson.
The Seahawks on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one goes for 8 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Will Disley, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. On first down, Stafford here. A scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. From the gun, Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. 4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4.
At the 50-yard line.
From the 50, Stafford. And that's caught left side. It's Woods.
Stafford's pass.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Third down.
Again, it's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
First and 10, Stafford. A quick pass to Cup. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Stafford looks to throw again. This is caught. And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. It's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have.
The onside kick
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. It means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even changed game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. On the give, this is Dallas. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
That's a nice catch there, remember.
The Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jared Davis in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it's third down.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to let it fly. Well, he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he'll have a pass midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.